Masters and treasure hunters, welcome to the Tom O'Brien Show. I'm your guest host, Steve Rhodes, filling in for Tom while he's on vacation. For those of you not familiar with me, I kick things off for TFNN each morning at 9 a.m. with a show called The Trader's Edge, folks. So if you are wondering where the market is going, that is the show to tune into. You can, if you don't catch it, if it's not played on a radio station in the area that you're living right now, you can always catch it on your mobile device. Just go to www.tfnn.mobi. Again, that show coming to you live every morning, 9 to 10. And then from 10 to 11, Tom and I do a show together. It's called The Money Masters Show. That show is archived on Channel 10. My Trader's Edge show is archived on Channel 9, folks. Now, I treasure your presence here today, absolutely, and my outcome is to help you to become a better money master. I absolutely will inspire you, and I'll share with you the tools that help you to lead an inspired life, folks, because leading an inspired life, to me, that's what it's all about. I hope that's what it's all about for you. So let's go take a look at one of those tools that helps us lead an inspired life, folks. It's called the tool of concentration. Now, the best advice that I ever came across on the subject of concentration is this. Wherever you are, be there. That's it. 5 simple words. Wherever you are, folks, just simply be there. When you're at work, work. And when you're at play, play and play hard. Work hard, folks. Don't mix those two things together. They don't make for a very good combination. And give whatever you're doing and whoever you are with your full attention. You have my full attention for this next hour here. You can give me a call at 877-927-6648. Now, on the way home, folks, you want to concentrate on the way home. Don't think about home. Don't think about work. Take in right now what it is that you're doing. Wherever you are, folks, be there. I'm with you here right now. You can give me a call. We'll take a look at these markets here. Most of all, especially if you're driving, pay attention and pay attention to the signs. Not just the signs, not just the stop and the yield sign in front of you. How about the signs that the universe is always giving to you? The universe is always throwing options out there. It's just a matter of whether or not we want to take action, folks. And when you take action, just like you play hard, just like you work hard, take some massive action. If you do that, folks, you will get what you want. Speaking of action, let's go take a look at the action in these markets. We had the bounce going on today. In fact, if you listened to my 9 o'clock show, I told you the market was going to bounce today, and it was up, down, and as Tom likes to say, all around. You had the Dow up 32 points, closing out at 12,534. The S&P's up 6 points, closing out almost at 1319.99. You had the Composite up almost 18 points, closing out at 28.54. Small caps up 765 is that number. New York Stock Exchange up 35 points today. That's up 0.5%, 0.5%, another way of saying it. And you had the NDX 100 up 16 points, 0.6%, the leader on the bounce that we had out there. We had King Dollar trading down 13 ticks out at 82.53. Gold trading off 14.40 right now, out at 15.74. Silver off 49 cents, out at $27.03. Light sweet crude not moving a whole lot today, up 16 pennies at 79.37. Quickly around the world, you had the DAX finish up 4 points, the FTSE down 4 points. They should have just given it to each other. You had the Nikkei down 70 points last night. That was 0.8%. We're handing off the ball to Japan. Expect that market to bounce as well. You had the Hang Seng up 84 points last night, and the Shanghai off 2. Again, our call-in number 877-927-6648. Now, let me tell you where the markets are going, folks, and this is the short-term analysis. So I give you the short-term. I'll give you the long-term analysis. Anything it is that you want. Short-term, folks, can you say May 4th? May 4th is where these markets want to eventually get to. They're not going to get there tomorrow. They certainly didn't get there today. And what I do expect, folks, is I do expect that we're going to see one more push lower. One more push lower before this market decides that it wants to start moving higher and get back to May 4th. When I say May 4th, we're talking on the S&P, that where it eventually wants to get up to is the 1368 to 1391. That May 4th area, that was the big downdraft that we had. In fact, we're certainly going to talk about the downdraft that the market was bouncing into today. In fact, let's do that here. We're taking a look at the S&P 500. If you are not watching us on Tiger TV right now because you're driving home, you can always catch the archive of this show, and you'll be able to see my charts. You'll be able to see what it is that I'm looking at. On the S&P 500, last Thursday, June 21st, big down thrust in the marketplace, big wide price spread. The low on the S&P was 1324.41. What'd you get up to today? You got up to 1324.24. Couldn't make it all the way up there, was trying to get up there, couldn't get up there, didn't have the volume. We'll take a look at that when we take a look at the ETFs for the indexes out there. All the markets really doing the same thing when it comes to the Dow. Folks, the Dow, where it wants to head to, is that May 4th area, 13,022 to 13,205. But its work to the downside is not done just yet. And I don't suggest you play it to the downside just yet. Wait for this market to move to the downside and then take the shorter-term long side of this trade here. If we take a look at the big down thrust that the Dow had going back to June 21st, again, last Thursday, the low there being 12,561. You close out at 12,534. What did it get to today? 12,576. So today, the Dow gets inside that June 21st area, that big downdraft, rejects it. That tells me that we've also got some lower price. I don't know if I think it's going to be one big down thrust. It's going to be something that scares off all of the bulls out of there. That is the time when you want to be able to take a trade. You want to be on the other side of that trade. If you take a look at the Nasdaq, let's go take a look at the Nasdaq Composite. That closing out at 2854. What did the Nasdaq Composite do? Same thing. Coming into that downdraft from June 21st, last Thursday. And when you take a look at that, the low of that candle, folks, 2857.10. You got up into that today. You got up to 2862.15. You gave it up. You closed below it, 2854. Sets up a move lower. Maybe you're saying, Steve, where's it going to move down to? Well, when you take a look at any of these markets here, folks, and we'll take a look at the Russell in just a moment, but if we take a look at the Composite, if you go to the swing point low out there on June 4th that was established, 2726.68, all the way up to the high that was put in on June 20th, what you will see is most likely you're headed to the 618 retracement. Where's that number? It's right around the 2809. Probably will get into, I would say, as low as 2796.23. Now, there's a gap there. You've got a gap between June 5th and June 6th out there. And what you want to see with regard to, you want to see a big thrust down, move down. You figure you closed out at 28. The exact number here on the Composite is 2854. So 2854, if you move down to 2796, folks, it's going to, it's another 60 points. That's going to get your neck, the hair on the back of your neck standing up, especially if you're long. If you're just idle and you're just sitting there waiting for the trade, that's where the trade would set up on the Composite. Let's go take a look at the Russell 2000. The Russell 2000 today closing out at 765. What was the Russell 2000 doing? I don't have that up on my screen. How could that possibly be? Give me a second here. We'll put that up. RUT is the ticker symbol. So we take a look at the Russell 2000 here, and going into now this actually, let's see if it goes, the low of the Russell 2000 on June 21st, 764.31. You closed inside it, 765.02. Still doesn't matter. All these indexes are going to do the same. If we take a look at the NDX 100, NDX 100 being the strongest index out there today. So let's go take a look at what strength was doing. Strength coming into that June 21st downdraft. The low there being 25.54.65. You got up in there today. You got up to 25.56.92. Gave it up. And it is now ready to either move sideways or certainly move south. I don't know whether tomorrow or tomorrow's Wednesday or Thursday, but we are going to see one more down thrust. In the case of the NDX, your spot that you're looking for is the 2504 area. That's where you'd be looking to be able to put on a longer-term bounce. Today was just simply a one-term bounce. If we take a look at the commodity front, you had light sweet crude rejecting the October 4th swing point low again on lighter volume, suggesting the possibility of a bounce before we see lower prices in light sweet crude. And folks, we are going to see lower prices in light sweet crude, like $65. Why? Because of King Dollar, folks. Although King Dollar rejected its highs once again. 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks.